Hey everybody, it's Trainers103 here today with I think this should be the final ranked analysis. I'm looking at my replay folder. I don't think I've missed any more ranked replays. I'm not sure. If you have any ranked replays that you've sent me that I haven't covered, please give me a nod and I'll try to get through it. I mean, the season's pretty much ending next week, I think. I don't even remember. So, kind of just, hey, I guess I might have forgotten some. I mean, it's me at the end of the day, right? Anyways, alright, I forgot. I might want to do that because I've been playing KOTS on Ashigata, just so you know. Yeah, that's why Ashigata was there. But yeah, this is a North Carolina ranked replay, and the thing about North Carolina, in my opinion, is that I didn't really like it so much in a situation where there is no carrier. Of course, if there is a carrier in the North Carolina, it's amazing, because you can push up the positions, brute force yourself there, and let your carrier do the job, and basically screw over the day of the enemy carrier. Quite nice, am I not right? But if you do wind up in a situation where that's kind of like not possible, you get stuck, then, it's not really that good. Anyways, let's have a look at, I'll take the camera. This guy has survivability expert on his Bismarck, so we pretty much confirm he's going to be crap. This Amagi is kind of not really going where you want to be. In this kind of a situation, you either kite out here and just, run away afterwards. You're in an Amagi, you can get away with it. Or you kind of, follow the Atagos and go all the way back around the enemy. Of course, that can work as well. Same with an Atago or even preferably Baguette. You can kind of get yourself up in this kind of an area and really start fucking with the enemy team, or just hide around there and get them to chase you. Because, if they chase you and there's an Amagi here, they're showing broadside to that, for example. Now, without an enemy aircraft carrier, or for that sake, an allied one, and there's no destroyer, and you can see we get a Kutuzov, they don't, but they still have a chopper, which can easily screw our Kutuzov over. It's going to be a lot more about making sure this survivability expert Chapayev that has radar, interesting combination, who just opened fire for no real reason, explodes. So yeah, like, all gunfire should be directed on this enemy Chapayev right now, because he's the one that's going to prevent your Kutuzov from capping. Now he is slowing down and dropping, so I guess we're being a little bit cheeky here, and waiting for him to, because he's definitely going to want to pick up the speed, he's not going to want to sit there, right? So we're being really, really cheeky here. Good display of patience here. And we pick up what looked like a pretty decent shot. Let's see if we track the outgoing shots. And yes, we do, and good shot there, 20k damage, plus almost wiping the guy out. Only one Citadel though, but a second Citadel would have guaranteed killed him there, because look at his health, 12,000, and each shell does 13,100 damage. So that's very good. The enemy Atago has almost certainly sent some yeah, there you go, they're spotted right now, so that's not a big deal. The enemy Atago is actually taking a very, very risky route. Now, good move here, launching our scout plane, gonna try to pick up the Chapayev, but I think that's underled, so we need to get lucky with the dispersion and to send those shells high, because the Chapayev is probably gonna want to turn away, and we do actually get lucky enough, we pick up the 4 hits even, to kill him, so yeah, chances are we would have killed him even without, but on my screen that looked like I would have aimed a lot higher than that, simply on the basis of the enemy Chapayev is definitely gonna want to turn away. We're taking this torpedo. Not much we can do about that, I think. Yep, there you go. We take it on the belt, so, I mean, our torpedo bulge isn't that good. But personally, I would have tried the bow tank torpedo. I'd like slowing down. Because North Carolina's torpedo bulge is pretty bad. Looks like we're going for the... I don't know if we're trying to line... I mean, no, we're lining the Roma. And that's... Honestly, I would think this is the right choice. Because an Amagi in a position like this isn't really that great. And 15k damage, definitely not too bad. With an Amagi, like, we could have done anything from 20-30k damage with a Citadel or 2 in there, all the way up down to 2 overpens, because reasons. The Amagi is just like that. Regardless, taking some fire from the Bismarck, taking, I believe, 3 overpens, not a big deal. Autolol, it's a bit annoying, but here's the thing, though. We need to keep in mind that we're basically, I would have actually shot the other Bismarck and aimed for a Citadel, but, in a position like this, if the enemy has their planes up, and I'd start healing right now, because the fire is basically going to burn sufficient health that we pretty much get reasonable value out of the heal. I think we're going to, we lose like 5% of the heal, but I don't think that's too big of a deal overall. 5 to 10, yeah, about 5 to 10% of the heal. It's not that big of a deal. Plus, we can always continue engaging and, wait for the planes. But there you go. Ottagos go wide and spot a bit. You mentioned this in email and whatnot, but here's the thing: it's actually a very good thing to do. You want not just the Ottago, you actually want the Armagi as well. Like if you have the Armagi down here and the Ottago up there, that's the enemy team caught in a crossfire. Now, of course, the Ottago is not going to be deleting anything with its AP salvos, not in a matchmaking like this, not from long range at least. You know, if we had people going wide, you know, it means that we're not in this... Honestly, we're currently in a bit of an inferior position, because this guy's low HP, and if these guys now decide they want to sail out in front like that, anyway, we have to go up. You know, we're not in a good position. So, what you really want is, like, Bismarck class, Armagi class, Armagi prototype, and Ottago class up there. Ottago class, the N.cal class even. Like, this is what you want, because then you have complete control of the map. If they want to push down here, crossfire, 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 and you're in the NC, you're anchoring, it's that's what we call it, anchoring. You're locking down the sector, so they have to push into you, which means that they're going to be broadsiding everything else. Or they're pushing through and they realize, oh my god, there's a crossfire! So they angle towards everything else. So, in which case, you get the broadside. So what's happening now is that you see, it looks like the allied team is getting a bit bored, but hey, at least we're actually still points advantage, because we acquired the cap before the enemy team. And it looks like at least the enemy Bismarck is rather low HP. But when our health bars aren't looking too bad, as long as this guy doesn't decide he wants to suicide, the Kutuzov in the back is there perfectly fine. Our Ottago suicides in, this guy had a crossfire, these guys were ready to blat them, so now all of a sudden we're in a bit of a shitty situation because we can get pushed like this and like this. So at the end of the day, and this is why I hated the North Carolina, because you couldn't do these kind of correct plays. You could in the Armagi. But then you had the second problem, and I would not be trying to reverse out against an Armagi like this, because, let me see, the M button trick doesn't work here, but there's a good chance this Armagi is going to be looking to have a shot on us. So now engines ahead flank and try to get our ship angled. We have a little bit too far back. The thing about Armagis, in this kind of situation, we basically aim to shoot here and we hit him in the belt. You needed to aim here to hit him in this area and you could maybe have scored a citadel. Let me see, there we go. But yes, as you can now see, we're in an absolutely horrendous situation. Now, the Bismarck guns are much worse than that of the Armagis, even at this range. Do not aim here, do not aim here, aim a little bit further ahead. We could have picked up more damage. These 4 deflections, you know, were the belt deflections. We could have actually killed them up front right there if we aimed a little bit farther ahead. But, well, it looks like he's going to die, and without getting a main battery shot off, which isn't too bad. However, our team is still in a really, really awkward situation. Kutuzov is heading further away, so I'm guessing he's on the, ah, my god, I need to save star, side of the game right now. But regardless, we bled quite a lot of our health as well. We can see rather low down there. Do we actually have the Dreadnought signal on the ship? Yes, we do. So that's just me dreaming about shit. We can actually shoot the rear turret. Come on, aim the rear turret here. We can shoot. It's still going to be damage. It's something. You know, we're not going to angle our ship on time. So, you know, and there you go. Our Armagi looks like he's screwed because the guy thought he was playing in North Carolina. It's not about not pushing in this case. It is really about gaining the flanks and being able to crossfire at all times. Because when we had the first advantage, and we need to remember that the enemy's Chapayev basically committed suicide. Well, committed suicide. You know, and I think that, I'm guessing that Bismarck that's in front of us is like a World of Tanks player. It's like, oh, I sidescaped from Island, yeah. But he's pushing out right now, so he might actually give us a chance to pull this game back if we can get behind the enemy team now ourselves. And the Kutuzov and the Ottago are now finally making a move, or to be completely honest, these guys are running away because they look like they want to save their star. Although I don't think it's going to happen with us already being with this kind of a score. But we need to be aware here that this game isn't exactly lost yet. As long as we can preserve our health and prevent the enemy team from getting in, and that this guy can start running the hell away and also preserve his health, and we just park ourselves in this kind of an area and trust the team to watch our back. Because at the moment they are, because this Bismarck's low HP and he's advancing somewhere else. There you go, 97 health because screw you RNG. So right now I've been mashing the F3 button. I bound it to space specifically for the mashing. There you go. Just to hope someone shoots at it. Our scout plane is still up, but it's going to fly to the other side rather soon, and we're going to lose the ability to shoot him. Someone realizes Lul 9086 HP. Shoot, I think it's one. Yeah, it's a dead Bismarck, so that's not really helpful. Unfortunately, we're too close to the island now, so we can't shoot him, and I bet he's going to get a heal up. Ah, there you go, scout plane down. But looking at the health, if people can stop playing mobile battleships like North Carolinas, it's going to be a lot easier. But now, we kind of have a Roma to deal with. At least the Roma doesn't get torps. But the question now is, as our Kutuzov actually goes down, which is a bit unfortunate, how do we try to win this? Because we're in a ship that is absolutely horrible for winning this. If we had an Amagi, we could kite, we could try to deal with their stuff, we could, open up angles, open up crossfires, actually get something done. And I guess that's our Otolol about to get blattered. I don't think he realized. Is he... Oh no, this guy aimed absolutely horrible and didn't even hit him. We can't shoot that. You can't shoot that. I don't really think there's a point in trying to shoot the Bismarck, and we're now basically losing 15 seconds of potential DPM against the Roma, which in the end isn't really that big of a deal because, he's kind of angled, so we're not going to do too much to him. The Bismarck's trying to finish the enemy Bismarck off, but if we reverse a little bit so that we get to the lower end of the island area, to this area, we might be able to pick him up, and there we go. Enemy team's dying a little bit. And now we basically wasted 1.5 reloads that could have been used to pressure the Roma. And we might be ending in a situation where the Roma wants to take a ram trade against us, which we don't. So at this point, we basically have two options. Either accept a ram trade with the Roma, hope this guy and this guy, which are now rather low HP, can kill the rest of the enemy team, and we go in and trade either the Bismarck or the Otago, or figure that this Roma isn't doing anything useful against us and actually get our guns in the game. Now, at this point, you could easily have shot in this kind of an area for a good chunk of damage. There you go, we do pick up a reasonable amount of damage. Let me get out of this view. And we're going to go for a greedy shot against the Otolol. No, not greedy. A good shot against the Otolol with our rear turret, which actually picks up the Citadel. Very critical here, because now we've got a load of enemy low HP ships. And unfortunately, the Bismarck had a really, really horrible position and couldn't do anything with it. And now we're kind of over-angling towards this Roma just to swing our turrets around, but... there we go, good kill. We only use one of our gun turrets, but as you can see, we're not kind of broadside. Insta-heal, insta-heal, insta-heal. Get the heal going. No point in risking our health right here. We're going to continue taking fire, so, continue using the... Just using the heals, just good practice overall. There goes our Otolol, which is kind of unfortunate. And there you go, we trigger our heal. There's no penalty in using it early. I mean, in this case, we don't have any more heals to use, so in the end, it didn't matter too much. But just getting it off earlier can usually help, especially if the Bismarck, was to sail around the corner and, shooting us. Regardless, we don't even get the other shot against the Otago. But even then, regardless, even if we had kept DPM up at a maximum, I still don't think we would have been able to deal a lot of upfront damage in this way, so... And we're also now spotted by a plane. Ooh. I mean, we're running a full concealment build, so let me see if I can actually check our air rating. That's the other Otolol having a shot at us. Does this work? 9.7 air detectability range, which actually does matter because, when we're on fire, that's going to go up to the hard cap, which means we're only 1.7 kilometers away from guaranteed spotting the plane. But, that means we don't have really amazing anti-air, and now we're just bleeding to the Bismarck secondaries and whatnot. Hey, there we go, and... Unfortunately, this low HP Bismarck that we didn't manage to finish earlier is now coming back to haunt us. But this pretty much just highlights, if you want, the importance of being able to obtain crossfires. Because crossfires are what basically win you games in terms of firepower. Especially games like this, where there are absolutely no destroyers that can go around and mess around with flanks and, do capping stuff. Fully salvoing the Bismarck, I mean, at this point it doesn't matter because the Optico's going to kill us before we get the reload. And we actually needed that to kill him anyways, but I'm pretty sure this is an easy stall save in this situation because we've done a lot of damage. The question, of course, being, could we at any point in this game been able to win? After all the suicides on the team. And that's the critical thing here. After all the suicides on the team. Because if the answer to that is yes... And honestly, I don't believe so. even after we kill that guy, because he can just shoot us once in the tail and we're gonna die. We still couldn't have won this. Now, of course, you can say, you know, I'm not even in game. You could say that, oh, but if this, and this didn't suicide, we could easily have won. No, we need to always keep in mind that this is dependent purely on everyone on your team and everyone on the enemy team playing the same. Displaying the same quality, displaying the same strategic sense, everything like that, the same. Now, we basically took up the team play position, as you can call it, the anchor. This is usually the position that gets screwed over, because it's a position that doesn't make you win the games, and it's not a position that makes the enemy wish that they don't want to win the game. This is the position, the anchor position, that all North Carolina, basically all non-Battleship players that don't apply thought processes to the game, take. This guy was playing his Amagi like in North Carolina. This guy was playing his Bismarck like in North Carolina. This guy was playing his Bismarck like in North Carolina. Guys, you want to play like this, get in North Carolina. This guy could have been up on the, like I said earlier, south on the flank. This Autogo could have been north on the flank. This Autogo should have been north on the flank because he actually played quite well. He was going north, but not really a deep flank. But the issue is he had no backup or someone to actually double crossfire from the other side. This guy needed to be out wide, and these guys could take a bit of a central position, 10k away, spam their secondaries, and do just fine. But the issue we had was that in a slow ship like North Carolina, we're never actually going to be able to achieve anything useful in the sense of being able to push out without exposing ourselves equally and basically pushing in with these guys and getting killed with them, and, you know, we still would have been screwed. And then it's down to luck on who gets the better salvos and who got the better damage to actually save the star. Hey, at least the game would have been faster and we would have wasted less of our time, right? So, you know, in the end, if we had an Amagi, we could easily have won this by simply going and taking a flanking position, but we didn't. We had a North Carolina, so, you know, we kind of got screwed in this sense. Because these guys were basically doing the job of the North Carolina, and they would have done it good enough for a flanking Amagi to have done the job. Of course, if we had ignored these in the middle and gone to the flank ourselves, we could also have anchored down a flank. It's a bit of a more interesting thing to do, and it's, you know, with a slower ship like this, you just risk being pushed down and killed because your armor is absolutely horrible. Your armor's not as good for doing this kind of job. Like, oh, hey, I'm an Amagi, I need to turn, I'm completely broadside, bam, North Carolina shoots me for 1,310 damage because all he did was overpen me. So, you know, you'd have to be aware of that. Especially with Amagis, you have to really be aware of where you shoot them. We could have, with the same dispersion, easily killed the Amagi at close quarters combat when he pushed around the corner, the enemy one. Instead, we only did 10k damage to him in that salvo. We could have been picking up 15k plus on him and, you know, finish him off. But he didn't actually get to shoot his main battery at us, and it wouldn't have mattered in the end. Well, he didn't get to shoot it twice at us, at least, so, you know, I don't think that would have saved us the game in the end either. But yeah, oops, having a look at the post-battle results, Squid's 190k damage is pretty damn impressive. That has to be said, it's a really impressive score there. I was actually expecting the Roma to go for the ram trade against us. Ram trade would have been superior for the enemy team because, you know, it means that there's not just a Roma thrown away for not really much gain. 4 citadels, not that much, but we did a lot. We had really good dispersion overall this game as well. Keep that in mind. This thing can't mount the dispersion module. The upgrade slot for that is at Tier 9. We had to look at this already. So detailed report screen. Roma actually good chunk of damage against him when he finally exposed himself, but we did bleed a little bit of potential DPM trying to shoot the Bismarck. So at that point, honestly, I would have just shot at the Bismarck and hoped for luck. You know, because we wouldn't have been able to do anything else. So the question there is, did we want to try to take the win ourselves? And at that point, we already had like 110k damage, I think. So we could have potentially pushed ahead and tried to kill the Atago or the Bismarck. And the ram trade the Roma, of course, still not a superior trade for us. Still not a trade that's going to win us the game. But, I mean, in the end, the result could have been the same. And, I mean, we still probably would have saved our star. Just check out that XP difference. Where we rammed the Roma for all his health. We don't have to shoot it. We can, you know, shoot the Bismarck and the Yatago to death. We could potentially still have won that, but that's still that's like a 1% chance, I'd say. Yeah, Amagi could have been better, but we didn't actually get to take too much damage from him in the end. So, you know, not a big deal. The cows and the Bismarcks, good chunk of damage, pretty much all across the board, except for the last enemy Yatago, which I think we didn't really do much to. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much I can say about this. With the team suiciding in like that, we were basically screwed by default, unfortunately. So yeah, ranked. It's just like that. Especially if you have games played a little, later in the season, and you're still, as you can see here, in the 5 to 10 bracket. People don't think, they just want to play the game at this level. They just go and do their own shit. So this is one of the questions that he actually asked. Would it have mattered if we told the Atago to go wide? No. Would it have mattered if we told the Atago and the Amagi to go wide? No, actually, because this is the rank 5 to 10 bracket. They're going to go wide, then they're going to push in, then they're going to die, and they're going to achieve the exact same result. Fuck all. So that's kind of the problem here. If you're still at rank 5 to 10 here, and you're not able to do this kind of stuff on your own, you're in the rank 5 to 10 bracket for a reason. Either, sure you can say, but I don't have the time to grind. Sure, but if you're in the rank 5 to 10 bracket now, if you have a clue on how to push, how to play the right positions, play the right ships, and take full advantage of them, then in the rank 5 to 10 bracket, getting out of the rank 5 to 10 bracket should be easy, and you'll be demonstrating a lot better gameplay than these guys did, because this guy tried. This guy tried. He actually did a pretty good job of it. His awareness wasn't the world's best, though, so, he has potential. This guy has played the wrong ship, this guy played the wrong ship, this guy kind of got screwed, this guy played the wrong ship, and this guy I don't even know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said earlier, if you are missing your rank replay, give me a nod, because I think this is the last one that I need to cover. So yeah, if you think I missed it, then tell me in the comment section below, and I'll hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Maybe I'll stream later this evening, maybe I'll join Pointyhead Jedi on his stream. We shall see, but of course all of this depends on what happens after King of the Sea today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.